All right, good evening. Welcome back to pre-calculus. We are going to continue our discussion of three equations and three unknowns here and see how far we can get. So this is problem number 4. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this, I set this up usually the same way every time. Okay, just because that's the way it is easier for me to deal with this. We have 2x plus y is equal to 2. Okay, we have a negative 3x plus no y's, right, plus 0y. You can put the 0 in if you'd like, plus z is equal to minus 7. And then we have minus 4y, okay, plus 3z is equal to 22. And my strategy doesn't change just because I don't have all the variables here. My strategy doesn't change. I still want to get upper rectangular or upper triangular side of a system of equations here. You could pick lower triangular. It's completely up to you. But I like to do it this way just because that's the way I'm used to doing it. It also doesn't matter. Like if you see ways like there are like slight shortcuts or there's a faster or more optimal way through this problem, you are go right ahead and use it. Okay, I do it this way because it allows me to turn my brain off and just go through and crank through the algorithm. Even though it might take me a little bit longer, I don't really have an issue with the fact that it might take a little longer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my first equation, I'm going to multiply it by 3. I'm going to take my second equation, I'm going to multiply it by 2, and then we're going to see what we get there. Okay, so we have 6x, okay, plus 3y. We don't have any z's, plus is equal to 6. Okay, for the second equation, right, we have negative, or 2 times negative 3, we have negative 6x. Okay, 2 times 0y, we don't have any y's there, so that's plus 0y. We can put that in there. And then we have plus 2z, and that is equal to, what is this, twice negative 7? It's negative 14. Okay, my last one, we have a 0, we have a minus 4y plus 3z. I'm not adding or subtracting anything to this, equals 22. And all I'm going to do is I'm really just adding equation 1 and equation 2 together, and let's see what we end up with. So we're not going to change equation 1, so we're still going to get 6x plus 3y is equal to 6. In the second equation, we have 6x minus 6x at 0. Okay, so we can say that's 0. We have 3 plus 0, so we still have 3y here. And then we have 0 plus, what do we have? We have 2z. So we have plus 2z. This is plus 0. Okay, and then equals, right, equals negative 14. Oh, no. 6, that was 0. 3 and 0 is 3. 0 and 2 is 2. 6 and negative 14, that sounds like it's negative 8 to me. Okay, so we're just going to add these together. And now I'm just going to write down my third equation down here. So we ended up with 0. We have a minus 4y plus 3z is equal to 22. Let me go ahead and summarize what we have here. So we have 6x plus 3y plus 0. It will take you a lot less time to go through this because you won't be summarizing every line. You don't have to do this, by the way. Okay, and then we have 3y plus 2z is equal to negative 8. And then we have minus 4y, okay, plus 3z, okay, is equal to 22. All right. Now, what I'd really like to do is I'd like to take equation 2 here and add it to something with equation 3 so I can get rid of the y value down here. And at this point, you might say, well, can't I just go ahead and do that? Like, yeah, you can. As long as you get to a spot where you can back substitute and be okay, then you're going to be fine. I will warn you that a lot of these problems, although there might be a nice trail that looks good, sometimes they're misleading, and not taking that trail would have actually given you a better chance to solve the problem faster. So in this case, you could probably see it like, hey, let's go ahead and try that. But if I go ahead and add equation 1 to equation 3, yes, I do eliminate y, but I added x into equation 3, and now I've got x's and z's, and it didn't really help. Okay, so sometimes it will. and you're free to go ahead and try those out. You probably should try those out. Okay, the more practice you get with this, and if you try to anticipate, like, well, how can I make this faster? The better off you're going to be. Okay, but like I said, I always do it this way to get this triangular thing because it lets me turn my brain off and I don't have to worry about trying to figure out, like, well, what should be the best way. I'm like, I'm not, I haven't had enough coffee yet. I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to multiply everybody in equation 3 or equation 2 rather by 4. That'll give me 12. This equation will give me negative 12. So what's going to happen here, okay, is we get 12y, okay, and then 4 times 2 is going to be plus 8z, and then is equal to negative 32. And on the other side of this, we're going to get negative 12y, right? 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. 3 times 3 is going to be plus 9z. Okay, and then we have 22. 22 times 6, that'll be 66. 66. And then we're going to add these together. Okay, so the 12 and the 12, those cancel. We have 8 and 9. That sounds like it's going to be a 17z to me. And then we have 66 minus 32. I'm not going to take any chances here. I'm going to say this is 66 minus 32. It looks like 24 to me, but yeah, 60, I'm gonna double check it. So 66 minus 32. Okay. Oops. How about we do 66 minus 32? Yeah. Okay. 34. See, I'm glad I checked because otherwise I would have gotten that wrong. Okay. So let's recap. You don't have to do this step, but I like to recap because for the audience at home, as it were, because it makes it easier for you guys to make sure everybody's on the same page. Plus 3y, and that's equal to 6. And then we didn't change equation 2, so we're going to leave it by itself. So we're just going to have 3y plus 2z equals minus 8. That's just, I didn't, even though I did multiply it, I only did so like temporarily to add it, but we're not really changing it. We're keeping it like this. Okay, we only changed it to add it to the next equation. Once we got that next equation, we don't need to do anything more with this. Okay, and then our new and improved equation 3, that was 17z equals 34. So again, we see that there might be some holes, but the important thing here is we have this upper triangular shape. That's what we really want. Okay, so we can go ahead and take this 17z equals 34. This is the one I'm looking for. So 17z equals 34. Z would then be 2. Okay, and now once I have z is equal to 2, we're going to roll this up to the previous equation. So we're going to say this is 3y plus 2z is equal to minus 8. So 3y plus 2, what the heck is z? Z is 2. Okay, so 3y plus 2z is equal to negative 8. So we have 3y rather, plus 2 times 2 is 4 equals negative 8. Subtract 4 from both sides. So we end up with 3y. That's a semicolon, by the way. We have 3y is equal to negative 12. And I think we can safely say that y is equal to minus 4. Okay. So we have z is 2, y is equal to minus 4. Now we're going to go to our first equation again here. Okay, that's just actually, we don't have to worry about that because now we have x and y. So I've got 2x plus y is equal to 2. What the heck is y? Y is negative 4. So we have 2x plus negative 4 is 4 equals 2. Let's add 4 to both sides. So we have 2x equals 4 and 2. That would be 6. X would be 3. Okay. So even though we had some pieces missing, we still went through and did this. And you said, well, I got through my steps and, I could name that tune in 6 notes rather than the 8 that you did. Like, you know what? That's great. I'm not going to penalize you if you find a better route through a problem than I did. That's fine. You should be applauded for that. Okay. But, sometimes I don't want to think about it. I just want to go ahead and solve the problem. And I don't want to have to worry about, like, well, which is the best way? Like, well, this is a way, and I won't end up in the middle of something else. So these are my equations. X is 3, y is -4, z is 2. That's what I'm going to type in. So we have 3, -4, 2. So we have 3, -4, -4, and 2. And you don't have to do anything else. We just check, fingers are crossed. Hooray, we got that. So I will go ahead and meet you back in the next video. And until then, keep practicing.